Hello, Object Show friendos. Hope you're all doing well, taking care of yourselves, feeling awesome, or as awesome as you could possibly feel. And if you weren't feeling too awesome, I hope you feel more awesome soon. Mikey here with another episode of Object Show Roundup. And yeah, we've got some stuff to go over for sure. A few things have definitely happened, but a few little updates on my side of things. Firstly, by the time you're watching this video, I will have sat down and had my chat with the latest Object Show interviewee. And I will be getting to work on editing that video up and getting it sorted out, and I really would like to get it up before the end of... I hit my desk. I would like to get it up before the end of April, if possible. I know I'm giving myself a tight turnaround time for that, but I do want to try. Because if I can get it before the end of April, then I could kind of keep just about keep in line with the whole doing one every month target. But if it doesn't end up until super early May, it is what it is. It's fine. The one a month thing was my schedule. It wasn't something I was ever really trying to super duper commit to. Just because, you know, at some point I might not have anybody to talk to for a month or two, right? So there's no point in saying it's going to be every month if I can't guarantee somebody every month. You know what I mean? But big appreciation and big love to the person I talked to. I always like to try and keep this a secret until the very last second because I like to surprise people. But yeah, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for reaching out and asking if you could have a chat with me. I really do. And everybody who's done that, it's like, thank you everybody so much who has like taken that step and says, hey Mikey, can we talk? Can we do an interview? It's like, I love and appreciate all you so much. Thank you so much for like deciding I'm worth talking to, I suppose. It means a lot to me. It really does. And I know on the other side, people have always been like, oh geez, I can't believe I'm getting the chance to sit and like be on your show. And I'm like, I feel just the same way from the other side of things. It's like, thank you so much for wanting to be here. It's like just such an honor every time. And I love it every time as well. So yes, thank you so much to my next guest for being here. And also thank you to my potential next guest as well for potentially also being here. Yes, I have one more person lined up as well. So we'll see when that one can get sorted out. I will be getting in touch with them again shortly just to see how they're doing and stuff, because you know, it's the interviews also depend on, because things change. The person maybe want to be interviewed and then they may be like, oh, actually I've got other things to do for a while, and that's totally fine. So I've got one other potential person lined up, but I still need to give them a quick shout at some point just to check in. But I want to get this current one all done and wrapped up and stuff first. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that one. Like I say, it could be out within the next week. It could be sometime in May. It just depends, because you know how the interview process usually goes is we'll sit down and do the interview, and then I'll take the video away and I'll do my editing and I'll pop in things, maybe, you know, screenshots of other things we talk about and screenshots from their work and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll make sure that they get to see it and say, hey, I don't like this bit, get rid of it, or can we add in this screenshot here? Can we, you know, that kind of thing. It's a collaborative thing, you know. It's like, and I'm saying this for a kind of behind the curtain kind of thing for you, but also for anybody who also maybe does want to chat in the future. The way it works is, I mean, so far the way it's worked is people have reached out to me and asked if they can be interviewed. As I have not had to ping anybody yet to ask if they wanted to be. And honestly, I'm terrible at doing that. So it's like, I'm so totally happy for people to keep reaching out and saying, hey, do you want to sit down and have a chat about my show? The general caveat is I will need to watch it, because I don't want to talk to someone about their show or their work without actually imbibing it, right? So it's like, that's kind of one of the things. So it's like, if you've got a show and you want me to talk to you about it, and I haven't watched it yet, it's going to give me a little bit of time to do that bit first. But yeah, I guess it's either you can ping me, at some point in the future, maybe I do start reaching out to people and asking, and then you get the questions, the interviewee gets the questions ahead of time, well ahead of time, because I've got kind of what I'm trying to do is have a standard kind of set of questions so the people who watch the interview videos kind of know what some of the standard questions are going to be. But then also I like to try and put a couple of the show or the work in particular's specifics, a couple of specific to that kind of questions if I can. I'm trying to get better at doing it. It's a learning experience for me too still, so I am still trying to kind of learn the craft a little bit and try and get better at it. But in general, it's a very informal process. I will send the question to the person, the interviewee, and I will say, hey, do you want to quickly review these? And it's a case of if they want to delete any, if they want to change the wording on any, if they want to add stuff themselves that they maybe want to talk about. So it's collaborative right from the get-go. I do not want to be the person who is like, this is my show, this is my interview, I'm in charge of everything, because I don't want that kind of energy or atmosphere at all. I want the interviewee to feel more comfortable than I do. I'll be honest with you, I have been so nervous every time. They've all gone really well, but I've been so nervous going into every call, which is, I know, silly because they've all been super fun and I've had the best time doing them. So anyway, yeah, I'll send the questions. And then at some point before the interview, what I always try and do, if we could find the time, and usually we have a big lead into these interviews happening. I try and find time to just have a voice call before the interview happens, just so we can kind of get on each other's wavelength when it comes to talking to each other and not just sending messages, so we can kind of hear each other's voices, get used to each other's kind of conversational style and flow and things like that, and just make sure that, we kind of know each other a little bit before the interview happens, because I don't want the interview to feel like super stiff and super formal and super like scripted. It's like I want it to be a bit more of a free-flowing thing. And I find that if you talk to somebody a little bit before you do something like that with them, then there is that comfort level. You've built up that kind of rapport beforehand. So I will always try and do that as well. And then the interview happens. We pick a date, we pick a time. We hop on a call, we do the interview. And then that's that. The video's recorded, it's done. I take it away. I do my editing whenever I get time to actually do it. And then what I'll do is I will send a copy of my edited version of the interview to the interviewee and say, here's the first draft of the interview video. Feel free to review it, go through it, make sure that it all looks good to you. If there's anything you want me to add in, and that's usually when it comes to, if we've talked about a show, maybe there's a screenshot they want including. I always try and do that anyway when we mention stuff like that's not their own work. But it could be like, oh, could you use this specific image instead, or that kind of thing, right? And then it's a case of like, do I want to take anything out? I do my best to, edit out. Obviously, if we stumble over our sentences and words and stuff, which happens when you're talking for a long time, I'll obviously snip that out. And sometimes if we go off on a bit of a tangent and stop, actually, we kind of lose track of the interview a little bit, which has happened a few times with a few people. I'm not calling anybody out. Stone, Mooncookiez, Pick-pilled. But like, sometimes we wander away for a little bit and we just go off on a random discussion. It's like, I'll probably take that stuff out as well. But I'm trying to save some of that fun little side discussion stuff, maybe for a blooper reel or a kind of outtakes or a behind the scenes video at some point in the future. Obviously, I will ask permission from everybody before I do that, because I don't want to use anything that people don't want using. But I thought that would be a fun thing. I'm going to kind of hold that stuff back now and say, hey, do you mind if I include this random discussion? Anyway, sorry, I'm getting off topic. And once the interviewee gets back to me and says, this is all good, or, add this, or this, and then I'll go back and I'll do a second draft. And sometimes I'll share that as well, but if it's just a few little changes, I'll just say, like, I've done those little changes. Are you all good to just go with what's there now? And then it'll be uploaded, and then it will be up there on YouTube, and there for everybody to see. So that's basically how the process goes. And I guess that's kind of info for you all to know, and for anybody who maybe wants to reach out to me at some point in the future and be interviewed. That's how it goes. It's very informal. I even put the document I send the questions in has interview in like quotations. It's like interview with, because it's like, I don't feel like it's, interview does sound formal, and maybe at some point I change the name of the series to something else, because I don't want people to feel like it's like super strict and super like formulaic, I guess. I want it to be free-flowing. Obviously, there's questions, but I want us to kind of try and build off of those, and that's something that's like... And everybody has different comfort levels when it comes to having discussions like that, so some people just want to have... I ask question, they answer question, done. Some people like I ask question, they answer question, and kind of build a bigger conversation on top of the answer. Everybody's got different ways of doing things. I'm trying to get better at doing the interviews myself, so it's kind of like... it's just learning as I kind of go, right? But anyway, there you go. A little bit of extra random information about interviews for you if you're at all interested. I'll probably put this as a different section in the chapters now. But yeah, I should hopefully have the next one up pretty soon for everybody to see. And I always say this. It's like, and it's never a lie. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to share this one with you all. And I hope you all enjoy it. And hope you will enjoy all the other interviews that come in the future, whoever they may be with. Also, another little teensy update as well. It's something I kind of alluded to in a post I put up the other day. I am part of a little thing that's happening right now, a little, shall I say, project. I don't want to elaborate too much, but it is something really fun. And the person who's setting it up will probably share information about it at some point, and as soon as they mention anything about it anywhere, and kind of make it public, I suppose, I will share that information at that point. But for now, I know I can at least say I'm part of a little something that's going to be really fun, and that's something else I'm really excited to share when I get the chance to. That's it. That's all I can give you for now. Okay, let's get straight into some updates from around and abouts now, shall we? And we got something from Bunny Boy, and it's funny because we only talked about Silly Object Battle last video, and all of a sudden, episode 2 of another one of Bunny Boy's project is coming out. Actually, it's going to be out today. Might already be out by the time this video gets uploaded, actually. It's called The Showtime, and it's the second episode of that, which is coming out. I have not watched the first episode, but it's not super duper long, so I'm going to watch both of them together. And you may see me talking about them in the near future. So if you watch The Showtime 1 and you're excited for The Showtime 2, it's coming out, or already out. And if you didn't know about it, but you enjoyed the Silly Object Battle discussion, there's another one you can go check out. And finally, derpadon has graced us with more news. I'm kidding. I know derpadon has been super busy working behind the scenes, getting things done. But yes, it's time for the 10 animation is done. It's big stuff. This is big news. We are inching closer to the release of It's Time for the 10, which means I'm going to have to do the usual thing I do, especially when it's been a little bit of time between episodes, and I have to watch episodes 1 to 9 again. Yes, and I might have to watch the little side episodes that weren't totally full episodes and between. There's a lot to the It's Time for the universe, okay? So I'm probably going to have to do a lot of watching sometime over the next couple of weeks. So, yeah, and I recommend you do the same, unless you know it's time for the back of your hand and Inside Out, like some people probably do. I watch so many shows, information just falls out of my head. So much so that I forgot where I was going with the rest of that sentence. You see, there's too much other stuff going on in here for me to even form any coherent thoughts anymore. Anyway, super excited to hear that the animation has been done. I've really stopped punching my desk because it makes the camera wobble and it's super unprofessional. But yeah, I am excited about this. I cannot wait. We're gonna have such a fun summer, and I know spring is still in full swing, and all those stuff is also going to come out in spring. Okay, we're going to have a really fun rest of spring and a really busy summer as well by the looks of things. So there's going to be so much cool stuff going on, and I am equally super duper excited and super duper nervous because it means I'm going to have a whole lot of stuff to talk about, which is good but also bad. But good, mostly. I don't want to say bad because it's never bad. It just means I'm going to be more busy. All right, I'm going to shut up now and just say, yay. ITFT 10 soon. We also got big news. Not surprising news, but big news from Jack and Jellyfy. Allow me to show you. Yes, BFDIA 25. The finale is coming soon. And to theatres, which at this point, considering the way Jack and Jellyfish have been releasing things, except for the shadow drop of Teapot 22 and the BFDIE season, this kind of is the way they're kind of going now, which, again, it's just amazing stuff. It's like, who would have thought a silly little show like BFDI would become this, you know? So again, that's really exciting stuff. And of course, if they keep doing this the same way they've been doing this, it's going to be theatre release on a certain day and YouTube release the day after. And I haven't really got any issues with that at all. That's like the narrowest window you could really have between a theatre release and a YouTube release. So just judging spoilers for just the smallest amount of time. This one might be a bit more just because it's the finale, and obviously we're going to see who the big winner is. So it might be a little bit... There might be a few more people talking about it, so I might have to go into hiding mode for a little while after the finale comes out in theaters. I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope that everybody's nice. There's always going to be spoilers. It's impossible to avoid those kinds of things. But again, this is still super exciting news. Obviously, there's no date announced yet for the theatre release, and it's kind of interesting. And what I'll say about this, and I've also mentioned this with some of the Animation Epic stuff as well. In a live stream, it was mentioned that the BFDI II tour was still planned for this year and was going to be happening. We are coming up to the end of April now, and they haven't announced anything yet. And it's getting a bit of a tight timeline, because usually it's June, July, and we're nearly in May now. So if they want to announce dates for June, July, if it gets into May, that's really short notice for people to arrange travel and tickets and hotels and all that kind of stuff. So there's a little part of me that thinks that the tour might be a little bit later in the year this year. And there was a couple of reasons I was thinking this might be the case. One is just because of Jack and Jellyfish doing all of the theatre release stuff now for their episodes. So obviously they want to do the BFDIA 25 date announcement, get all those tickets for the theatre showings done, and get the theatre showing itself, I would say, done. I'm thinking that's got to be next month sometime. Could be like the middle of May-ish. Could even be middle to late-ish May, potentially. I don't think it's going to be in the next, 2 weeks, because I think that's a bit too short notice. I could be wrong. This is just me, again, thinking out loud. So one of the reasons the tour hasn't been announced yet could be that. There's also the mysterious door that Animation Epic haven't opened yet. They've hit 900,000 subscribers, and the door was going to be opened. So depending on what that announcement is, they maybe want to get that announcement out the way before they announce the tour dates, unless that is the tour dates. And like I said, that would be a kind of a weird thing to say, we're not going to announce the tour dates until 900k happens. Bit of a risky play, that one. So I still feel like that's something else as well. So it could be, get BFDIA 25 done in the theatres, finished. Animation Epic does their announcement, whatever that happens to be. Then let things simmer down a bit. And then the tour announcement could now be the back end of May. Depending, again. I think it's going to depend on when BFDIA 25 comes out. Again, this is just me theorizing. But I'm also thinking that the reason the tour might be pushed back a little bit later this year is because of a certain big sports event that's happening. Because the FIFA World Cup starts in June and runs to mid-July, which is, of course, the exact time frame the tour usually happens. And last year, the New York date was kind of a certain point in July. The World Cup final is mid-July in the stadium in New Jersey. So it's going to be really, it's going to be a busy time, right? And the hotels are probably going to jack their prices up just because that big, huge sports thing is on. So they could push the tour to kind of late July to late August this year. Possibly. Again, I could be completely wrong. The World Cup might not play any part in these decisions, and the theatre showings might not play any part in these decisions, and they might just still go for June. I'm just saying it's getting a little bit close. It's just a thought I had. Like I say, I could be wrong. By the time this video goes up, the bloody tour dates could be announced, and I could look like a real fool, but it wouldn't be the first time, and it won't be the last time, so I'm not worried about that. I just wanted to put my thoughts out there about the potential of what we might see over the next few months when it comes to the big two, the heavyweights of the OSC, you know? And it's like, I know not everybody's in for their stuff, and some people have probably drifted away from their stuff now and watch, like, some of the quote-unquote smaller object shows, but at the end of the day, those two big ones are always not always going to be around, but they're always going to be the big ones until whenever they decide to call it a day. So they're always going to be there, regardless, and obviously I'm going to talk about them. I don't want to just leave them off. But yeah, it's interesting. But the BFDIA 25 announcement is exciting. I am excited to see that finale. Obviously, as a big old Buck fan, I am really hoping that Buck wins. But also, Needle was one of my favorites when I first watched BFDI as well. So honestly, the two finalists are two characters that I really, really like. So I'm going to be kind of happy either way. Apologies to anybody who didn't want them as the final two. Obviously, we can't all have our favorites in the final, but I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it either way. I'm going to sit back and I'm just going to have a grand old time. And if Buck wins, I'll be like this happy. And if Needle wins, I'll be like this happy. So it's not much of a difference for me. I guess I'm kind of lucky that way. But I still want Buck to win. Even if it's the quote-unquote obvious choice, which I've heard a few people say. It's like, what? I just love her so much. She's great. And she's had a bit of a rough time during the season, you know. So many competitions she lost. I want her to win. But we'll just see what happens. And it's been a while, but we got an update, a video update on AMPERSAND from Krispifishh. So nice to see them all again animated, and again these little teasers, it's like every now and again, you know, it's like Crispy will just pop up and say, hey, artwork. I was like, oh, there they are. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, little animation video. I'm like, there they all are. It just keeps your anticipation level just there. Probably higher than that, actually. So Crispy doing an awesome job with these little drips and these little drip drops of teasers and things, and they're always so beautifully done as well. Honestly, it's been a while since I got to go on a Krispifishh appreciation rant, hasn't it? I really, really enjoyed this. Like 20 seconds, but 20 seconds of just like really showcasing just the kind of style that Crispy's going for, and just seeing the characters, and I love it. I love it so much. AMPERSAND. The AMPERSAND hype is back, everybody. Honestly, really looking forward to seeing all of these characters properly in action, honestly. Oh. Thank you, Crispy, for blessing my timeline this week. Okay, we got this little interesting picture from Mooncookiez. The Global Hour Show. A late-night show with its memorable host. Okay. Interesting. Why does the Global Hour Show just sound like such a familiar thing? It just honestly sounds like something you'd be sitting on the floor at home when you were a kid and your parents would be watching it. It's got that vibe to it. It's just got that kind of weirdly comforting feeling to it, even if it's not going to be any kind of comforting at all. And also, you know what else it gives me vibes of? It's time for going back to derpadon, because we know that Lucas, the other clock character in It's Time for always watching TV and all these channels connect to the bigger It's Time for the universe. And I'm sure somebody has all of this theorized somewhere. I just haven't managed to pull all the pieces together, because I try and do deep dives, but at the same time, I'm also pretty stupid. So I'm not as good at doing that as other people are. But maybe when 10 comes out, I'll piece stuff together more. Sorry, I'm taking... derpadon is taking over Mooncookiez section here. Anyway, yes, we got this Global Hour Show thing. And it's just... I'm assuming it's a little pop-top pursue teasy thing. So we just have to wait and see. But Mooncookiez is definitely keeping us intrigued, which I like. Because it's making me scratch my head and go, what's that all about? Mission accomplished, Mooncookiez. Mission accomplished. Okay, so Battle for a Hot Dog 2 might have been delayed to May. But that didn't stop Nico from giving us this little update, or this little, I'm assuming it's part for a hot dog. Some people have so many other shows as well that I either don't notice or just have not watched yet. But either way, we got this post. People are loving their little cryptic posts lately, aren't they? What a beautiful sky, am I right? Now, I don't think that 10:58 is the time of day. I would think this is a challenge timer countdown. We've seen this kind of countdown happen before as well. I'm pretty sure we've had a cloud countdown or a in the sky countdown before somewhere. Anyway, that's what I think it is, just based on seeing similar things happen before. So, don't really know what else to say about that, because there isn't really any kind of other indication as to what this is. It's just Nico saying, hey everybody, I'm doing stuff. Don't accuse me of not doing anything, because I'm doing things. Here's the proof. It's great though, because it makes people like me overthink things. And I think some channels really enjoy doing that, to me specifically. Sometimes I'm just getting to the point now where someone's like, I'm going to post this, and I'm going to make Mikey go, what? So thanks, because it worked. Okay, I have to dip back to something now, because I feel so silly about this, and I'm so glad that I got my attention turned towards this. When we talked about Twilight Orchards episode 4 recently, there was something I did not pick up on, and I thank Paptrisha a lot for actually commenting on my video and pointing that out. It was also a super lovely comment. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. It was really nice. I'll probably pop it in. I'll probably pop it up in the corner here. It was such a nice comment, and this is exactly why I do this, and this is why I keep doing this. I'm gonna cry. Stop. I'm gonna cry because of the nice comment. I'm also gonna cry because of what was actually going on in the scene I misinterpreted from Twilight Orchards 4. So yes, anyway, firstly, thank you, Paptrisha. It was a super sweet comment. Thank you. I'm so glad that there's that I give motivation to people to keep working on things. It just seems so, like, overwhelming is the wrong word. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like grateful isn't the word either. It's just silly isn't even the right word. I'm just saying it boggles my mind to think that just this idiot sitting in his chair talking about object shows actually makes creators go, this is really spurring me on to keep going and doing what I'm doing. I mean, that is my aim, but it's just nice to know that is what some people are getting from this. It means so much to me. It really does. And then, of course, we get to the other section of Patricia's comment saying that no, Geode wasn't using that cigarette to smoke. Talking about the scene where I said, "Oh, I didn't picture Geode being a smoker." No, it's because he's not. He wasn't lighting that cigarette to smoke it. He was lighting it to do something else with it. And now I feel really bad. One, for not picking that up to begin with. And two, just I feel bad for Geode. That makes me feel really sad. Geode, buddy, I'm sorry. That just really got me. I didn't pick up on that at all. Oh, jeez. It's such Twilight Orchards is just so. It's just so well put together, and it's like, and I mentioned this. I've mentioned this before. It's the way the show manages to do the silly other object show references, the meta humor, the fourth wall breaks, but then mix it with this, like, things like this, the hard hitting, like, kind of the hard hitting drama side of things. It's just, I honestly, it's just so well put together, but that's also so sad. Oh dear, oh Geode, I love you, buddy. Oh. All right. I just had to mention that and had to correct. I had to correct myself. And I know I probably get lots of other things wrong, and I don't pick up on nuances often, but paptrisha actually pointed that one out, and I was like, I do appreciate you doing that, because maybe if I'd watched it again in the future, because I do rewatch stuff, maybe I would have noticed, but I do appreciate the correction on that one. And again, thank you so much for the lovely comment. That means a lot to me, and that motivates me. So knowing that I motivate other people motivates me. So it's kind of a reciprocal thing. If I motivate you to keep making shows, you all motivate me to keep talking about them. So, yay, it's a two-way street. It's a win-win situation. Okay, oh gosh. Okay, better move on. Before it's not just teary eyes, it's just wet face scenario. Okay, let's go. Let's move on to the next thing. All right, it's time to add a new show to the Object Show Roundup roster. And, yep, we have more to add to the roster after this as well. It's just going to keep growing until, I guess, I don't know. Maybe it just keeps going forever and ever, and I start having to really, really, really pace myself with videos. I don't know. But we did add Double Down to the list, yes. Thank you, Platinum, for mentioning this one to me. Platinum Comet did comment on a video of mine saying Double Down 2 had come out. It's like, I haven't even heard of this show. So, of course, that did inspire me to go and check it out. And I have watched it, and we're going to talk about it. Oh, yes, indeed we are. So I will do my usual thing. Brush my hair out of my face, and then say, spoiler warning. If you have not watched Double Down episodes 1 and 2 yet, we are going to be talking about them, and the characters, and the challenges, and who got eliminated, and all of that stuff. So if you do not want to be spoiled for any of that, please do feel free to hop along to the next chapter. But if you are all good with all of that stuff, you've either watched the show and don't mind hearing me talk about it, or you haven't watched it but don't mind hearing me talk about it anyway, then let's settle in and get this done, shall we? So episode 1 is called Take the Leap. But that doesn't tell us a ton of stuff. So I think the main thing to find out is what the concept of the show is. Exactly. So, let's check in with our host to find out.
Hello, darlings! I'm the main face of this year's brand new competition show, Double Down. We have invited 20 participants to battle it out against each other for a prize they're all dying to get, a credit card with unlimited funds.
Lies.
That is right. They can spend as much as they want, but it will never run out. Shopping, food, technology, you name it. It's all yours.
Lies.
Okay, are you going to be negative or are you going to let me continue?
I'll shut up if you stop lying. There's barely even $1 million in the card.
If you keep your mouth shut, they'll never know. Don't ask how I managed to convince the producers. We'll be having 2 teams of 10 that will have to participate in challenges. Some action-packed, some disgusting, and some downright unspeakable. However, they'll need to be quick when doing these. The more time you take, the worse. Let's just say time will be the main priority in this game. Time is money after all. After each challenge, the losing team will be voting off someone here. In the end, 2 players will be falling down. Not to their doom, of course. Who will win? Who will fall? What do these competitors have in store for us? You're about to find out in the beginning of Double Down. How was it?
Not bad.
Cool. I'm ready.
Ah, yes. A confident host. Face serum. I do not want to know her ingredient list, particularly. And a sassy co-host. So that's a good start and tick some boxes for us. And hey, you know what? It might not be unlimited money, but $1 million's still pretty good, right? Although, thinking about it, if it's a credit card, that means you have to pay it off, right? It's like, if it's got $1 million credit limit, that doesn't mean it's free money. Credit cards aren't free. Maybe this isn't as good a prize as it seems. But we can worry about that later, I suppose. Which we tend to do with every object show competition. We'll worry about that later on. It's intro time now. Let's meet the contestants and try and have a guess at what they're going to be like. Always a fun part of starting to watch something new for me is seeing that intro sequence or just seeing characters and being like, right, let's see if Mikey can have a guess at some personalities just judging by this. So we got Almond Milk, who looks a little bit on the nervous side. Maybe. Applebomb definitely looks like an energetic firecracker of a character. Bookmark. I'm getting chill, shy vibes from her. Comic book. Definitely going to be the heroic type. Or at least that's how he's going to act. Cough syrup. Honestly can't really tell anything. Sometimes you could tell by like expressions and things like that. Obviously, you can't just judge somebody by looking at them. Please do not do that in real life. But when it comes to object show intros, yeah, I like to try. But the cough syrup wasn't really giving off anything particular there. And we got Crystal. I mean, a rootin' tootin' cowgirl. Definitely expecting her to be full of energy. Diamond? A gambling man. Probably is going to do his best to rig the odds in his favor. Dice? Well, I mean, let's be honest. With a facial expression like that, she has got to be the perpetually annoyed and maybe even, could I say, bossy bot type. Emerald? Oh, yay. We've got a cowgirl and a miner. Hard to tell if they'll get along or not, to be honest. Flora? Well, she definitely lives what we would call an alternative lifestyle, if we were being subtle about it. Or we could just flat out say she's a stoner too, of course. Guitar pick? A stereotypical goth girl type, perhaps. Seems pulled straight from the cast of Daria. There's a blast from the past. Perpetually full of deep sighs and sarcastic retorts. That's what I'm picturing. Iceberg lettuce. Another one I honestly cannot really honestly tell what he's going to be like at this point in time. I'm going to have to wait and see him. Lemonade. Hooray, we have ourselves a clumsy klutz, everyone. We always need at least one of those. And then we got lighter. It looks like the feisty doesn't take orders from anyone else type. Mortar. The lovable goof, perhaps. We're getting perhaps spongy vibes from this guy. Poker chip, the bubbly, optimistic, sees the good in everyone contestant. I can just kind of sense it. Popcorn, a party animal for sure. Don't think I need to say much else there. Starfruit, ooh, yeah, a genius sciencey type. Sticky note, a devious old man who's definitely going to stab someone in the back. Just, come on. It seems too obvious. And finally, teacup. My brain instantly thinks sneaky person with a British accent. But, when it comes to tea, I always think of that. But I know there's lots of types of tea, and I should probably not always assume that. So we'll see. And that's everyone. I really do. Ha ha. Oh, Mikey's brilliant conjugation comes together again. I do have fun trying to guess what characters are going to be like just from the intro. We'll see how right or wrong I am as we go. We do kick things off now, though, with Starfruit getting picked up by a bus full of other contestants before finding herself somewhere to sit.
Hey, is the seat taken?
Nope. Be my guest.
Name's Starfruit.
I'm Iceberg Lettuce, but please just call me Iceberg for short.
Sure can do, Icebergaroo. I'm so stoked to finally show everyone what I'm capable of. I'll be working non-stop.
Yes, that's very nice. Just remember though, we're on a bus right now, and a lot of people can hear you. Tone it down a bit, yeah?
What?
Shut up.
Oh.
And yeah, after that exchange, Mortar tells Applebomb to stop being mean and just chill. But Applebomb doesn't do chill and goes to do a handstand on top of the bus. Looks like I called that character correctly. Dice and Poker Chip then have a little chat, with Dice thinking out loud about whether Applebomb wants to become roadkill, and Poker Chip saying one of her friends did that once and then went missing, before randomly introducing herself. Oh yeah, I think she's gonna be on my favourites list for sure. Crystal then brings Applebomb back inside the bus. Yup. She rounded him up. Yeehaw! Applebomb is upset about being rescued from the top of the bus and says he was having a great time up there and isn't particularly happy about being back inside this jail cell with wheels, which leads nicely to Diamond, who says to Lemonade that it wouldn't be the first jail cell he's been in. Okay. Before asking if Lemonade wants to play cards. Yeah, Diamond is sketchy and I wouldn't trust him in a game of cards or with anything else either. Over to Sticky Note and Bookmark, and Sticky Note comes right out and says he thinks Bookmark will be an early pre-merge boot. Wow. Rude. Honestly though, I see a character with a top hat and a cane, and I instantly assume they're a jerk. Way to keep fulfilling that stereotype, Sticky. Let's get acquainted with some of these other quirky contestants.
I hate my life. Yo.
Excuse me, madam. You mind moving out of the way? I've got some special business to take care of.
I'm right here. You don't need to yell.
What? Don't need to yell? I am Comic Book, the greatest superhero that has ever entered your planet, and my powerful voice will pierce the heavens.
Man, chill out. Take a rest, my bro.
Dude's got a point. Be loud. Be active. Woohoo!
Ow, ow, ow! Watch where you're dancing!
Sick moves. Man, I do the same, but I don't wanna.
Is that?
Yeah.
Ugh! Leave me alone, you dweeb! I'm not one to be trifled with.
Oh my, bro, check that out.
What? That's it! I'm cracking my knuckles!
Come on now, give me that treasure!
That's it! You're going to your destination on foot! I've had it with all of you and your Looney Tunes antics! I'm a middle-aged man being paid minimum wage! Get off before I drive this bus off the road! Oh, you're fine. You can stay.
Yeah. You know what? I think the driver had a point there. I wouldn't take that kind of mayhem for minimum wage either. I wouldn't even take it for more than minimum wage. So that's everyone stranded now, except for Teacup, who sensibly stayed quiet. And they're going to have to find their own way to the show. They do kind of try, with Sticky trying to draw directions to the show on one of Comic Book's pages using some of Almond Milk's milk. But that doesn't really go anywhere. If you don't all figure something out, I guess Teacup just wins by default. Anyway, speaking of Teacup...
All right, darlings, welcome to... CD, did you only order one contestant?
I'm not that incompetent. Where's everyone else?
Well, they were all kicked out of public transit, you see. Quite the rowdy bunch you've gathered.
What? Do you at least know where they are?
Not here, of course.
Bruh.
Nope, not a chance. Better go look for them. I'll be right here.
Hey, I think I can see them. Speed up, big guy.
I'm going as fast as I can.
Well, go faster!
Don't rush him. He's trying his best.
How weird!
You're not making anything better.
Yeah, what she said.
Shut up, nerd. I don't need your input.
Less arguing, more running.
Hey, wait a minute. Are those the hosts over there?
Oh, I can't believe this. I spend all the money I can to make sure my contestants run safely, and what do? Mess it all up. I swear, this show better bring in some cash or I'm gonna have a serious talk with the producer.
Calm down. I'm sure they can't be that far away.
I don't need your affirmations, CD Case. Be a good co-host for me and shut up.
Okay, jeez, you're such a snob. At this point, I hope you don't get paid.
You little... Oh, here they are.
Yes, Teacup is another sneaky one. Love her, actually. Not a care in the world. And you know, the other contestants managing to turn up so soon after the bus arrived is pretty impressive, don't you think? Well, now everyone's here and gets a good look at where they'll be staying during the contest. Fancy. It's time for a proper tour. Fist Serum lets everyone know that they all get their own rooms. Well, I would sure hope so. And also introduces the confessional room, which every good competition show needs.
This is the confessional room, where the contestants can share their thoughts and strategies to the outside world without anyone else noticing.
Right, I'll be blunt. This sucks.
The heck is this thing supposed to be?
Hi, Mom.
This is where you will all be delighting your appetites. Make yourself at home.
Nice! It's a dream come true!
Unlimited food, I'm assuming?
It's a cafeteria, my bro. It's all ours.
Sweet.
Just don't make a mess, please.
Now, what every successful reality show needs is conflict and boring friendship. This is why we'll be forming teams.
I did not expect that! More beans, please.
Hey, nice cafeteria. Save me some beans, Mortar. Stick some toast in for me as well. Right, teams, yes. And this isn't form your own teams either. No. This is host-led team making. An opportunity to really mismatch people.
On Team 1, we will have Dice as the team captain, Lighter, Comic Book, Popcorn, Guitar Pick, Mortar, Flora, Bookmark, Applebum, and Almond Milk will be her teammates.
Tight.
Team 2 will have...
Me!
Okay. Iceberg Lettuce will lead the team. Teacup, Lemonade, Starfruit, Cough Syrup, Diamond, Sticky, Emerald, Crystal, and the one that insulted me will also compete with them.
Team 1 will be known as Team D, and Team 2 will be Team I.
Okay, let's take a closer look at these two teams, shall we? We've got Team D. I can see some potential partnerships in here. We saw some positive interactions already between Guitar Pick and Mortar. Lighter and Applebum are both kind of jerks, so they'll either get along really well or absolutely hate each other. Flora and Popcorn, I could see them hanging out. Almond Milk and Bookmark are the kind of meeker seeming characters here, seemingly more likely to get pushed around by everybody else. Comic Book, no idea at this point. And Dice as the team captain. Should be interesting. Right, what about Team I? Wait, 3 sneaky characters all on one team? Sticky, Teacup, and Diamond are going to cause some mayhem behind the scenes here, I can sense it. And the Cowgirl and the Miner also got put together. So I guess we will see how they get along. Or don't. Cough Syrup has popped up so far as the calming voice of reason a couple of times. So that means she may be able to keep some of the more energetic personalities in line, like Poker Chip. And as for Lemonade, well, I feel like he's going to be more of a liability than an asset. Starfruit seems the cheery type. Maybe she can be the positive voice in Iceberg Lettuce's ear as he tries to manage this team as the captain. But we shall see. And we have issues right away, with Popcorn complaining about Dice being the captain of their team. But Fair Serum says the captains are based on the information provided by the contestants. And Iceberg Lettuce and Dice have the most leadership experience, apparently. I wonder if we ever find out what kind of leadership experience they actually have. I'd be interested to know. But they're like managers or something? Right, now that everyone is here, and now that everyone knows where they're staying, and they know what teams they're going to be on, it's time for the first challenge.
Now, I'm sure you are all just dying to know what your first challenge will be, yes?
I'm dying of hunger, actually.
Yeah, we haven't exactly had anything to eat since we all got on the bus.
Well, I'd say you're all in for a real treat.
Ooh, treat?
Oh dear, knowing that phrase, it'll only lead to disaster.
Well, you're not wrong. Our first challenge will involve exercise, parkour, and eating healthy fruits. It's an obstacle course.
Ho ho ho! Now this is how you start off strong.
Is this by chance a safe obstacle course?
And what exactly do you mean by fruits?
And why are we on the roof of all places?
Let me explain. This challenge is going to take place in the sky. All of you contestants must hop from one platform to another until you get to the finish line right over there. However, I will be shooting fruits to ease your hunger and to have obstacles in your way. It can be an apple, a pineapple, or even a whole watermelon. If you fall, you'll land in the giant pool and you will be out. The first contestant who makes it to the finish line will win immunity for their team. Understand?
A bit weird, but pretty self-explanatory.
We weren't told heights would be involved.
Oh crud, I don't do well with heights.
I've handled pacer tests harder than that.
Let's see if you got what it takes. Oh, and remember, the more time you take, the worse it will be.
Holy moly, we're so high up! You sure this is legal?
Oh, absolutely. Anyway, let's get this party started.
Oh yeah, classic stuff. Platform hopping with a big drop if you fall. Oh, and added fruit flinging too. I mean, at least Fair Serum is thinking about her contestants' health. Gotta get their 5 a day. The challenge gets started and Lighter immediately shows the kind of game that he's gonna be playing.
Out of my way, nerd. Curse you!
Wicked!
What a tragedy! We've already lost a friend! I must avenge him.
Yeah, maybe like, don't jump off? Thanks.
If they can do it, we can do it, big guy.
Flora! I'm coming, buddy! Whoops.
Lighter, that's one of your teammates, you doofus. This isn't everyone for themselves. Yet. We're miles away from the merch. And more to at least try to help. I guess. At least we know the drop only leads to water and not bone-shattering death. That's kind of a relief. Iceberg then gears his team up to get moving, saying that as long as one of them gets to the finish line first, they'll be good. But still says, they should all try their best. The more people competing, the more chance you have of winning, Someone, though, isn't feeling up for it.
Aren't you going?
I mean, we already got 8 others doing the challenge for us, so I think I'll be good.
Phew.
God damn it!
Make that 7.
Come on.
Wow, they even got coconuts? That's so rad!
Ah, yes. I can see the headlines already. Innocent civilians tormented by the coconuts in the sky. It's perfect.
Ooh, I like that one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my dear, watch out for the... coconut. Oh well, I tried to warn her. Her loss.
You see, Lemonade? That's why Iceberg said everyone should try and make it over. You're already down 2 team members. Hope you're all keeping track of who's fallen, by the way. That is the one thing with these early challenges in object shows when there's so many contestants left and it's easy to get lost with where we stand and we haven't really got a chance to know everybody super well yet. So anyway, hope you're keeping notes. Iceberg and Starfruit are hopping the platforms together, with Iceberg saving Starfruit after she gets walloped by a boomeranging banana. That was a close call. I feel like these two were being painted as 2 of the main characters, especially when we started off seeing Starfruit waiting for the bus, and then her sitting next to him on the bus. Yeah, keep a close eye on these 2. I feel like they're both going to make it far. Diamond then hops onto a platform with Teacup, and notes that she doesn't seem to be trying too hard to progress, with Teacup explaining that their team is bound to have members who fall, and they'll be much more likely to be voted out than someone who maybe doesn't finish the challenge, but also doesn't get knocked out of the challenge. Interesting tactic there, Teacup. But maybe you shouldn't be telling someone like Diamond your plans. Yeah. Not trustworthy at all. Dice is making good progress, and having fun ribbing Fair Serum about her terrible aim, until she comes across a gap that might just be too much for her to handle. Well, that hardly seems fair, does it? Meanwhile, Popcorn is a gal on a mission.
Please slow down! Stop!
No way, we're almost halfway through.
Whoa! Jeez, you got a death wish or something?
Huh? Oh man, that's pretty far.
There aren't any nearby platforms left. What do we do?
Girl, we just throw people over.
Hey, imbecile, what are you...
maybe don't do that.
Whoops. But hey, we all make mistakes.
Ooh. That isn't good. It's maybe not the best idea to launch your team captain out of the contest, Popcorn. Especially when you are angling to be captain instead of her. That might not paint you in a very good light. You might need to go into hiding now if your team doesn't win this one. Also, do have to quickly say that it was pretty fun that Dice had to stop Popcorn from diving into danger by biting Bookmark's arm to stop the momentum. That was pretty funny. Lighter then saves Mortar from plunging into the water. Hey, maybe he's not that bad a guy after all.
Thanks, however.
Yeah, don't mention it. Now come here.
Hey, that tickles!
Perfect. Alright, my man, lead the way. I got your back.
Even if he is a bit rude, Lighter's a pretty nice guy sometimes. Thanks to his support, I'm no longer afraid of heights or fruit.
What? The big guy's not hurt and he makes it easier for both of us. Win-win.
Why can't I knock this holly jolly jug down?
I mean, the guy's made of stone, so...
Oh, really? Let's see him smile through this.
Do that!
Jerry, wow! Whoa!
How does it feel now, dweeb?
Of course he had ulterior motives. But at the same time, he does also have a point. Mortar wasn't being hurt, and it benefits both of them to stay in for their team. Until it stopped working, that is. But, you know, it was a good idea while it lasted. Comic books the next to fall, after being too extra on every jump. They say pride comes before a fall, and, yeah. Comic book definitely proved that one to be true. Sticky then catches up with cough syrup and lemonade and has a proposition for them regarding Crystal, who is apparently way ahead of everyone else on their team.
You see, in games like these, it should be the exact opposite. We need to get rid of the strongest players, yes? I say we get rid of Crystal any chance we get.
Dunno, man. Seems unfair.
Yeah, count me out. It wouldn't be efficient for her or everyone else on this team.
Very well then, but don't say I didn't warn you.
That's gotta sting. Poor guy.
Good riddance.
Well, I did what I could today. A break would be nice.
Ooh, sorry, Sticky. No Dice. Oh, wait. Dice is on the other team. Ha! I'm funny. And Lemonade has quit for the day, apparently. What did I tell you? A liability. We then actually get a super handy update on who's left in the contest. I always appreciate things like this, especially since, like I said, it's the first episode, still getting to grips with the characters and the teams, so this was super appreciated. Looks like Team I's doing the best so far. Team D, dropping like flies, all over the place. But with Mortar still in there, they have a chance. Oh. Never mind. Diamond and Teacup meet up again. And now, it's Diamond's turn to try and make a deal.
Well, I have a proposal for you, my dear. With both of our strategic skills combined, we can dominate this whole game until the merge, and better yet, until the finale. What do you say? Alliance?
Yeah, alliance. Well, of course I have my fingers crossed. I was gonna let some stuck-up pretty boy get the better of me. Also, why do people cross their fingers when betraying someone? What's the point in doing that? Is it some sort of deal you make when you're born? Do you-
She won't even know what hit her.
They're both forming an alliance?
They both have their fingers crossed too. Interesting. Hey guys, watch out for the
Nailed it!
tomatoes.
The two double crosses making a fake alliance. I love it. And I love it even more that Iceberg and Starfruit saw it too. This alliance is going to be the biggest shambles ever, and I can't wait to watch it fail miserably. I mean, probably. With the looming threat of having to deal with that shoddy alliance, Iceberg also has a plan.
You need to fight fire with fire.
Fire with fire. Are you saying?
I'm proposing an alliance. I can tell you are someone who means no harm. You're skilled in many ways.
Plus, with both of our skills combined, we can win the show! Booyah! Let's do it!
Don't raise your voice when making decisions. It'll attract enemies.
Right, sorry.
Ah, yes. Now this seems like a much sturdier alliance. And between the two characters, I suspected to be the main focus of the show. Alright. This is going to be fun. First Serum gets set to try and take out the contestants closest to finishing, but she has a small problem.
The heck? I ran out of fruit!
That's what you get for wasting all those shots on mortar. What?
Just give it up, lad. You don't stand a chance.
You got it, cowgirl. Wait, is that...
I hate this job!
Well, that was anticlimactic.
And with that, Team T is victorious!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Oh, hey, we still pulled it off somehow. That popcorn girl better be more careful next time.
Who cares? We won. Now I can enjoy a nice long nap. Ah, this stinks.
Boy, I got my precious hat wet for nothing.
Oh, come on, CD. That's what being a co-host is all about. Being bullied. And that brings us to the end of the first challenge, with Team D securing victory. So, Team I, time to get voting on who you want to eliminate. Iceberg is happy to have made an ally, but is wondering who to vote for. And you know who has a plan for that? Sticky. Ah, yes. He's still trying to push the crystal elimination agenda. I wonder if that works. So the elimination gets underway, and we have a few little snippets of the contestants in the confessional room and hints about who they might be voting for.
You're planning too early, buddy.
My darn hat is still wet.
Is it the right choice? I don't know. Oh well, I'm better off listening to the strange top hat man.
Yeah, you can probably have some good guesses as to who people voted for there. Except maybe Emerald. Sorry about your hat, man. But hey, what did I say earlier about Poker Chip being too trusting of people? Yeah. Okay, the votes have been cast, and after CD informs the players that whoever loses should just go ahead and jump off the roof of the hotel. Into the pool! Into the pool! Jeez, come on. Still avoiding those bone-shattering deaths. Thankfully. It's now time to see who is the first one eliminated from Double Down.
First vote, Sticky. Crystal.
Come on now. It was a simple damn mistake.
Shut up. Crystal. Crystal. Sticky. Sticky. Crystal. Sticky. That's her votes each for Crystal and Sticky. I got 2 votes left, and they both go to the same person. The first person eliminated from Double Down is Sticky. Time to take the dive, my friend.
Magnificent. Works perfectly.
Gadzooks! I thought everything was going according to plan. My friends, what happened?
Sorry, Sticky, but Crystal was giving it her all out there. You kinda didn't contribute much, and you just wanted to make a profit off the show.
It shows how you don't respect those who try their hardest.
Well, who needs people like you? I shall find a better place to promote my merchandise. My time may have been short, but this one episode shows the world of wonder that is I. Sticky notes of—
Yeah, we don't care. Bye!
This isn't over!
Bye-bye, Mr. Sticky. Thanks for showing me your headlines.
Sure won't miss that dirtbag. He was giving me bad vibes.
Oh, come on. He wasn't too bad.
Phew, that was close for a second. But yes, the scheming Sticky is out. Thing is, we still have 2 schemers on the team. We're not done yet, though. There's another elimination to be done. That's why the show's called Double Down. So, how is this gonna work?
it's not over yet. Now, how will the second fate be decided, you ask? If you remember, I said the more time you take, the worse. This is where that comes into play. You see, the person who performed the best during the challenge period has the option to boot the second player off. That person being Crystal.
Well, hot damn! What a nice start of events! What do you know? Keeping your mouth shut has its advantages. Sticky would have been done either way. Poor guy.
So, Crystal, make a pick.
I pick... lemonade.
Well, I guess this is the end for poor old Lemonade.
Listen, I like it, don't get me wrong, but you were slacking off for most of the challenge. I got no choice, partner.
Touché. Before I go, who wants to watch me do a sick backflip?
You can't do a back...
I can't do a backflip.
Well, take care, dear. Hope you had fun.
Yeah, had a great time, even if it was cut short. Alright, see you guys later. Lemonade, signing off.
So there we have it. One elimination is down to votes, and the other one is down to whoever did the best in the challenge. That's going to make things super interesting. And it's really going to spur people on to actually try in the challenges, right? Unlike our second person out. See you, Lemonade. Just goes to show that being a liability is not the way to succeed, especially in this show. Back in the confessional room, Diamond is upset about losing a meat shield, but plans to throw Teacup under the bus if he needs to. But, we know that Teacup will be planning the same thing. Those two are going to end up getting eliminated together. I can just sense it. After everyone heads to their rooms for the night, someone isn't feeling particularly sleepy. Popcorn. Hey, Popcorn! Maybe turn it down a little? People are trying to sleep, and you might want to think about getting on their good side instead of their bad side. Especially when you knock your team captain out of the contest today. Now well, don't say I didn't warn you. I guess we should check and make sure that Sticky and Lemonade landed in the pool and not next to the pool before we wrap up.
Those traitors. How could they do such a thing?
Yup. Shouldn't have jumped the gun too early, bud.
I was not. I was playing by my own rules.
You would have get some hot dogs.
That'd be pleasant.
Ah, yes. Nothing soothes the pain of defeat quite like a hot dog. And that's it for episode 1. There's a neat little screen before the credits showing how many players are left and who is out. Very nifty. I like that. I mean, I'll like it less when characters I really enjoy start being eliminated, but for now, I'm safe. Alright, let's hop straight into episode 2, Special Delivery Service. Yes. And everyone is grabbing themselves some food from the cafeteria. Well, I mean, most people are. Guitar Pig gives her share to Applebomb, since she's not too impressed with the dietary options around here. And some people also didn't get much sleep, thanks to someone else's partying during the night. Yeah, you know, you might have enjoyed it, Popcorn, but your team captain sure didn't. Guitar Pick then checks in with Mortar and wonders just how he stays so positive all the time.
Oh, well, that's easy. I don't want to judge anyone just because they made a bad first impression. It can be hard sometimes. Take Lighter, for example. He was a bit rude when we first met, but he helped me out in the challenge with his emotional support.
You do know he was just using you as a shield, right?
Well, it never hurt me anyway, so all still good.
Aw, Mortar, trying to see the best in everyone? I wonder if that lasts throughout his entire time in the show. We'll see. Guitar Pick then pops to the confessional room to say that Mortar is way too nice, but also doesn't want to say that to his face because she doesn't want to hurt his feelings. Yeah, I get that. I get it. She did get a giggle out of seeing Lighter get hit in the face by a durian during the challenge, though. So there's a bright side. I enjoyed that too. CD then turns up to ruin everyone's mealtime, though. But Applebomb says they don't care about food. They're ready for the challenge. What about you, Lighter?
Food this, food that. I'm not in the right mindset to care.
Surprised you even care at all.
Whoa! Nice hurl, man.
Oh, thanks. Wanna try?
Yeah, count me in.
Gosh, your waste of produce is as large as your egos.
Oh, we're having a food fight?
Hey, quit it!
Yeah, that rivalry with almond milk continues, and it looks like my question about whether Lighter and Applebomb would get along or hate each other might have been answered. I'd say that's definitely cause for concern. Anywho, First Serum tells everyone to get this meal wrapped up because they all need to meet her outside in 15 minutes for the second challenge. Outside, the bus is waiting. So what are we doing today?
Morning, lovelies! I hope you're all ready.
Will this next assessment not involve any hostile projectiles this time?
Plus, what's with the package being put in the back?
Relax, dears. All will be explained at the right time. But to answer your question, small one, you need to get on the bus to find out.
Oh, I see. So we won't find out until after the bus ride. Fine. It's a good job I like bus rides. On the bus, Diamond sets his sights on another fake alliance.
I must say, I respect your enthusiasm and optimism, despite the times being tough on everyone.
Well, I just like being positive. No point in being sad when you're having new experiences, right?
How sweet. Listen, I've been wanting to know if you would like to be allies. I've noticed how lonely you've been without poor Sticky to keep you company, and I don't like to turn my back on someone who requires, well, entertainment.
Wowee!
So, what do you say? Friends?
Oh, sure thing, mister.
No, Poker Chip, don't trust him. We managed to save you from Sticky last time, and now you're going to set up with Diamond instead? Look, you can't trust him. Look at that evil background. You know he's up to no good. Before any more conversations or plotting can take place, though, Flora's, bad habit forces everyone off the bus. Time and place, Flora, time and place. Well, at least that means we can finally find out what the challenge is.
Anywho, welcome to the neighborhood, darlings.
Oh, wow! I wonder what new people we'll get to meet here.
You're in luck, Mortar, because your next challenge will revolve around meeting hundreds of new faces.
Oh no.
Great.
Great indeed! Your next challenge is to deliver these packages full of...
Are you kidding me?
Take that out on the design company.
I recall the show started premiering only yesterday, and there's already merchandise.
The peculiar wonders of reality television, my friend.
You know it! Our show has hit the mainstream, and we thought we'd drop some limited edition, top-of-the-line merch for our lovely audience.
Hey, I think this is for the comic book himself.
Hilarious.
Ever since the show's ratings blew up, they just didn't stop ordering and ordering. Since the delivery location is near the hotel, I don't see why you can't deliver them yourselves. You'll also have some meetings with fans. Not to mention, we could also save some delivery fees.
Awesome! So, all we gotta do is deliver these?
Precisely! Your guys' task is to deliver the merch to their rightful owners. You guys have until noon, and the team with the least amount of packages delivered will have to send 2 people home.
Sounds easy enough. Glad to see the challenge is pretty lukewarm compared to the last one.
Oh yeah, one more thing. Because Applebomb won yesterday's challenge, they get a small advantage. So, voila.
Cool beans.
So, essentially, today's challenge is to save Face Serum some money on postage fees. Well, why not kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I suppose? And hey, where do I get one of those t-shirts? That one was clearly made for me. Clearly, this challenge suits some contestants more than others. Mortar is super excited to meet new people, while Bookmark and Guitar Pick are, well, you know, kind of the opposite of that. Dice suggests that everyone in the team pair up for this one. So, let's see just who ends up with who.
I'm fine with literally anyone but Lighter.
The Dorcas and I can actually agree for once.
Oh, I'll go with Lighter.
Oh yeah, alright little bomber.
Hey, mind if I tag along with you, big guy?
Sure thing, Flora.
We made a pretty swell duo yesterday, Sidekick. We shall go together.
I really couldn't care less.
I guess I'll go with Bookmark. You look like you could learn some of my awesome skills in communication.
Rather doubtful.
Hey!
Wait, so that leaves...
Alright, looks like it's just you and me, pint-sized. Let's do this! Woohoo!
Great.
The Lighter and Applebomb connection continues. I actually like those two together. Chaos defined, even though it's, like I say, it's going to be a disaster for everybody else. As for the other pairings, well, who knows how they're going to go, but it's a good chance for people to get to know each other better. And that's probably not a bad thing when you're on a team with them. Iceberg Letters has the same idea. Now we can see why Dice and Iceberg Letters were chosen as the team captains. So let's check in on who ends up with who on that side.
I'll keep an eye on this one here. Gotta make sure he doesn't gawk too much at his little head again.
Oi, you calling me a slacker? I'll show you what I can do at full strength, madam.
May I go with you, Poker Chip? I have a few things I want to talk to you about.
Oh, sure thing, miss.
Teacup, dear?
Of course, Diamond.
Guess that leaves me and you, big guy.
Alright, let's move out.
Watch this, Lighter. I know how to really deliver packages to others. Wakey, wakey, it's package time, big, big!
Wait, do you hear that? It sounds like they're calling somewhat. Applebomb, we gotta run.
You can ignore me all you want, but I won't leave!
Applebomb, the police are gonna show up and cuff us. We've gotta book it.
What about the package?
Book it.
3 of these pairings seem to be more about keeping an eye on people, or other ulterior motives, rather than being based on compatibility. Cough Syrup needs to talk to Poker Chip, presumably, maybe, about that newfound friendship with Diamond, whereas Diamond and Teacup are trying to keep that fake alliance of their own going, whilst also keeping an eye on each other. This is just all kinds of bad. And of course, Applebomb and Lighter's partnership immediately leads them to being in trouble. I didn't expect or want anything less from that. Diamond, meanwhile, has a great idea on how to deliver more packages. Offer people the chance to win 3 instead of just the 1 they ordered, if they can beat him at cards. Yeah. Unfortunately, his shady nature means that he'll always win, and they won't end up delivering anything. Well, I mean, I don't see how this is any kind of advantage. It's going to make the delivery process slower, and everyone's still going to just end up... I mean... Diamond, what are you doing? Luckily, Teacup causes a distraction and switches the hands around. Smart thinking there. They might just make it through this challenge yet. As Dice and Popcorn are delivering packages, Dice notices that Popcorn has snuck a bag of Double Down gummies out of someone's order. Double Down gummies. Full of gummy goodness. Buy some today. Not safe for consumption by objects, humans, animals, or algebralians. Please keep out of reach of everybody. Popcorn tries to calm her down, but Dice is not risking messing up this challenge.
Popcorn, you idiot, what are you doing?
What? Can't a gal get hungry? Running around to these houses works up an appetite, bud. Plus, I doubt they'll notice if just one of the gummy bags went missing.
Not only will they notice it, but you're not even trying to hide it. You still have it in your hand.
Who cares? What matters is that we deliver these.
You know what doesn't matter? You talking right now.
Don't get on my case for simply getting hungry.
Give it to me.
Over my dead body.
Shall we break it up? Nah, let them be. This is way too entertaining.
Feast off!
Gotta say, Blockhead, I had never expected you to throw hands. But don't think I'm backing down now.
Why, you little...
Oh, crap. We better book it.
Hello. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I couldn't hear the door ringing, so... do you have my package?
Well, that ain't good. Also, this is the second challenge in a row where Popcorn has screwed Dice over, which, cannot be a good thing for her. Meanwhile, Iceberg and Starfruit are delivering a package, and the customer complains about how long it took them to get there. Iceberg apologizes and then, slams the door on them. How assertive. Also, makes sense. The challenge is to deliver packages. There's nothing in there about complaints or potential returns that may come in afterwards, right? In the confessional room afterwards, Starfruit exclaims how cool that was, while wishing she had that level of confidence. Oh, maybe that's something you can learn from Iceberg. Comic Book is determined to deliver packages with a smile and the best customer service possible. And it seems to be doing the trick.
Junior will surely love these. Glad to know there are still good people like you two in the world.
Yep, no bad people in our generation.
Go!
We don't know them.
Man, walking around the neighborhood sure is fun. Ain't it, Coffee?
Yeah, it's nice. Listen, Pokerchip, I've been meaning to talk to you about something.
Oh yeah, you did say that earlier. What's on your mind?
It's mainly about your friendship with Sticky. You shouldn't blindly trust certain people you meet, you know?
Oh, come on, Ciaz. Sticky wasn't so bad. He had a cool hat and a bow, and he's quite charming. Plus, I think he would have been great this challenge.
I highly doubt it. You can't just fully trust people who tell you what to do, otherwise you'll end up becoming a puppet to their chicanery. Trust me, I've helped a lot of people who dealt with...
Sticky?
Well, not him specifically, but more so...
No, look! Sticky!
For only $19.99, you can save up so much more if you purchase these sticky note calendars. Much cheaper and more valuable than any of that double down nonsense. Ugh.
They also have me on them, so that's pretty cool.
Wow, you're right! Forget Double Down, these are way cooler! I'm withdrawing my purchase right now!
Yeah, what a great generation. Just ignore those two goobers being chased by the police. And it seems like Cough Syrup doesn't know about Pokerchip's new alliance with Diamond yet, and doesn't seem to be getting through to her about not trusting every single person either. And it seems like Sticky and Lemonade did more than just bond over hot dogs after episode 1. They came up with a whole business plan to bring down Double Down. Also, hey there, Paint Palette. Didn't know you lived in this neighborhood. Over to Mortar and Flora now. And hey, I like Mortar storing all those packages inside of himself like that. Very efficient. But Flora isn't being much of a help. She's just in a happy place, chillin' and not super concerned about rushing to deliver packages, and considers ditching the challenge altogether to just go and enjoy life. Mortar seems to convince her otherwise, though. But we'll see. Emerald is chatting to Crystal about how much he hates doors, an interesting perspective, and says, why even use them when you can dig to people instead? Okay, you've been hanging around with flies too much, buddy. Crystal goes to just deliver a package to the house they're outside of, and when she gets back, Emerald has dug himself up some treasure. Hey, you know, that's cool and all, but that isn't the challenge. He then seemingly ditches Crystal to go and cash in his find. Okay, well, Crystal, you didn't do the best job keeping an eye on him, did you? Looks like you're on your own, briefly, but that might not necessarily be a bad thing. Maybe you are better off doing this solo. We briefly see Almond Milk and Bookmark trying to deliver a package to a house, but there's seemingly nobody home. Bookmark suggests leaving it on the doorstep, but Almond Milk refuses to run the risk of it being stolen. Very admirable. You could have just easily left it on the doorstep and called it a delivery, but I guess there's some honour there. And then it's back to Diamond and Teacup, with Diamond confused as to how his little scheme from earlier didn't work. Teacup says it doesn't matter, and that they're nearly done delivering their packages anyway, which seems to appease Diamond for now. If you've just done the challenge normally, Diamond, not everything has to be a scheme, you know. Mortar, meanwhile, is rocketing from door to door delivering packages, but Flora is struggling to keep up.
Slow down, dude.
Flora, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just not the most physical is all. Oh, man. I should probably lay this stuff off for a while. You're gonna have to go on without me.
What? I can't just leave you here. We're so close.
Nah, you're so close. I ain't even delivered one. It's fine, though. I wasn't really the biggest help to you during these challenges anyway. Sorry, homie, but the team will probably vote me off next.
Hope you got a good throwing arm, because this train ain't stopping.
Alrighty, big guy. Let's do this.
Golly, those two sure make a great duo. We ought to be more like them, don't you think?
Maybe if you let me use my methods more, we'd be done by lunch.
I swear, what kind of world do you live in?
One with standards, ma'am.
Oh yeah, now that's teamwork. Unlike whatever Emerald and Crystal have going on. Almond Milk thinks it's time for Bookmark to try making a delivery herself, using the knowledge she's learned from him and his spectacular social interaction skills. Let's see how this shy and retiring gal does.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir.
Oh, you guys must be Bookmark and Almond Milk. I'm a big fan of you both.
That's nice, but we really gotta... Wait, you're a fan of me?
Of course. I relate to you both a lot. And it's good to see peeps who love their own things stand up against bullies and loudmouths, even just by muttering to them.
Oh ho ho, I do love your appreciation for how awesome we view of culture can be, but we're on a time limit, so have a good day. Now, let's make haste. Time is of the essence.
Let's go!
Hey guys, the challenge is over, so yeah.
Okay, guess not apparently. Gosh.
Yay, they have a fan! Good job, Bookmark. And Almond Milk too, I suppose. Also, did they actually do some bonding in this challenge? Not gonna lie, I dig it. I like that. And yeah, now the challenge is done. Let's see who's won.
Let's see which team has delivered the most. From the looks of it, Team I wins!
Yeah! I told you my strategy worked, huh?
Oh man, even after all we've done, we still lost.
Times can be tough, my friend.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
Well, we tried at least. No point being a sore loser.
What on earth happened to you two?
Don't want to get into it.
Hey guys, what did we miss? What? You're all acting like we committed a felony or something.
Where the heck were you two?
Probably being useless like usual.
Shut it, Milkman. We delivered way more packages than you could count.
Yeah, man, check it. My wagon's all empty.
Oh wow, you really did deliver them all. Great. Now I feel like an idiot.
Man, you guys must have been determined. Nice job.
Yep. Good old determination.
Is there something else you two want to add?
Well... No time! Go, go, go!
Actually kind of surprised by that outcome, considering all of the good work that Mortar and Flora were doing. But at the same time, this does mean we'll end up with balanced teams again. Before the voting starts, Dice has been working on getting people to vote Popcorn out after her disastrous antics during the challenge. She convinces Mortar as well, along with Guitar Pick, but Mortar isn't totally sure about it being the right choice.
You sure it's the right thing to do?
I know you said you don't like to judge people early on, but there are times when you gotta use your head more than your heart. Keep that in mind, okay?
Good advice there from Guitar Pick, in my opinion. You can try your best not to judge anyone, but at the end of the day, someone has to go home. It is a contest, after all. Elimination time now, and let me just show you this super cool Elimination Time intro we got before it started. Come on, how cool was that? It was awesome. Nostalgia. Okay, did Dice drum up enough support to get her way?
First vote, lighter. Let's see. 1 for, never mind, 2 for almond milk. Dice, dice, and dice.
What the heck? Who voted for me?
Loser. Anyways, popcorn. 1 more for popcorn, and another for popcorn, That's 3 votes each for dice and popcorn, 2 votes for almond milk, and 1 for lighter. Time for the deciding vote. The third person voted out of Double Down. Popcorn. Party's over, dude.
Hey, yo, what? What the flip, dogs? What did I do?
Let's see. You were loud, obnoxious, reckless, and nearly did jack squat during this challenge. So yeah, I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
What? Wow. Okay, potty pooper. We'll see how long you last while I'm gone.
I doubt it'll be short.
Nice chatting with you, girl.
Take care.
I may be out, but I'm going out in style. Check it. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Well, let's be honest. This was deserved. Popcorn may be fun at parties, but this is a contest, and she was not helping anyone. I mean, not even herself. Also, looks like almond milk is always going to have 2 votes against him, thanks to Lighter and Applebomb's friendship. Uh-oh. But hey, don't forget that this is double down, not single down. So who gets to choose the second eliminated person today?
Mortar, you performed the best in the challenge, so you hold the key.
Oh, nice. So, what do I do?
Pick someone.
What?
You get to pick the second person to be eliminated. I've got a dinner to attend in 5 minutes, so make it snappy.
What? I don't want to do that.
Just say lighter and be done with it. Ow!
Oh, man. I'm picking bookmark.
What?
I understand your reasoning. I wasn't the most effective player on the team.
I'm so sorry. I had no other choice. I didn't want to, but I had to listen to my head more than my heart, and I...
Hey, it's okay. We never knew about this rule to begin with, so it must have been hard on you. Take care, everyone! Also, thanks for helping me out, Almond Milk. I really appreciate it.
Finally, some recognition. Ow! I mean, no problem.
Why? Bookmark barely got a chance to prove herself. That made me sad. And I'm not the only one. Mortar's pretty broken about having to make a decision like that. But at least he has Flora to comfort him. Yeah, I sense a friendship forming between those two. And that's that for another challenge and another elimination. Wonder what Popcorn and Bookmark are gonna do now.
Oh, dang, girl, they cut you off?
Yeah, but it's for the best anyway. I didn't do much, and I wasn't good at interacting with others socially. I can only wish the best for my teammates.
Ah, darn shame. Oh, I just remembered. There's an arcade right outside the premises. Want a game?
No, I... Whoa! Hey!
Sorry, Bookmark. Looks like you're stuck with her. Enjoy the arcade! One other thing to mention here is the gap between episode 1 and 2 of this show. We didn't talk about it. I didn't mention it when we first started doing the discussion of the shows. But because this screenshot popped up at the end of the credits, this is when I wanted to discuss it. Yes, so we got a note from PillowPepper. It's been nearly 2 years since the release of Double Down. I apologize that episode 2 took this long to release. Production slowed down due to several factors, including university transfers, demotivation, and my mental health. I basically stopped working on this for about a year until my motivation spiked back up at the start of 2026. For the past few months, my primary goal was to get this episode released, and thanks to the help of my crew, Double Down is back stronger than ever. This is my most ambitious project yet, and I have no plan on cancelling it anytime soon. While it has its ups and downs, or had its ups and downs, this episode was extremely fun to work on, and I think it's safe to say that my motivation has been reignited. I'm sorry for keeping you all in the dark for so long. I'll try not to repeat the same mistake and dish out more Double Down content this year. Big shout out to my friends and crew for their motivation and support in helping bring this episode together. It wouldn't have been possible without them. Thank you all for being so patient, and I'm excited to show what this show has to offer. What more this show has to offer. I hope you all enjoyed this episode as much as I loved working on it. I'm so happy that PillowPepper firstly did take time away when he knew he needed to, but also happy that he found the spark again and had support of awesome people around him too. It's great to see Double Down return, even if I wasn't around watching object shows when the first episode came out. And I know a lot of people will have been super excited to see episode 2 come. So that's it. Now I can sit down with all of you and wait to see what happens in episode 3 and beyond. This is a very fun show. I like the 2 eliminations at a time concept and the different ways. Obviously, there's the voting and then whoever did the best in the challenge. That's a really cool idea. I like that. I really like all of the characters. I do like the way that eliminated characters do seem like they'll keep popping up as well. I always do like that because sometimes in these kind of shows, characters are eliminated and they're either mercilessly murdered or they're just gone or they get chucked in a box and forgotten about. So it's kind of cool that we probably might still see them hanging out in the background. I like that. So yeah, I'm in. Good work, PillowPepper. Good work, everyone else on the team. Just really good stuff. I really enjoyed this. I'm so glad the show made a comeback. I'm so glad that PillowPepper got the motivation back. It's just nice. And thank you for sharing that as well at the end. It was just really nice to read. And like, I know things, this is why I keep saying, right? Things happen. Real life happens. And so sometimes shows just have to just be put to the side for a while because life is number one priority, you know? But I am really happy that it's back. And I am excited to see where it goes from here. And saying that, though, we actually did get an update on episode 3 already from PillowPepper. Second progress report. Missed the first one. Oops. But yeah, voice acting, 18 of 18 characters. Audio editing, 3 of 23 scenes. And animation, 2 of 23 scenes. But the voice acting is done. So it was a little announcement to say the voice acting was done. And now it's kind of full steam ahead with the audio and the animation stuff. So it's happening. Double Down 3 is already trucking along nicely, and yes, it's so awesome. Thank you, PillowPepper. This is a great show. I really enjoyed it, if you couldn't tell. Okay, over to some other updates now, and Raver posted this picture of Pocket Watch from Thursday. I am a mosaic of everyone I've ever loved. And it's funny, it's a quote I've never heard before. But when you tie it into the whole story of Thursday, if you've actually watched the first episode of Thursday, if you haven't, I really do recommend it. But it's like, it deals with themes of like loss and grief and stuff. So the whole concept of being a mosaic of everyone I've ever loved is kind of like people who've come into your life and affected you in such a way that they do become kind of a part of you. And like, I've lost people in my life, and so seeing that quote, even if it is a more common one that maybe it's been kicking around for a while, literally the first time I'd ever seen it before, and it made me think, and it made me emotional, and I'm like, thank you, River. You don't even need to make an episode of something to get to me. So good job on that one, and I hope production on the next episode of Thursday is going well, and I also hope you're doing well. It is. I hit my mic stand. If it's not the desk, it's the mic stand. Anyway, thank you, River, for this. It may have hit people even more than you might have expected it to, but I do appreciate the update. And as I said, I hope everything is going well. And then we got a big old honking update from Sacri about Bean Show 9. So animation has finally begun for Bean Show 9. I ended up I have to re-speak that. I ended up rewriting it a few months ago, and I think it's better now. So that's, again, if you have something and you are not happy with it, there's nothing wrong with putting that to the side and doing it again. So I'm happy that Sacri has got Bean Show 9 to a place that you want it to be. And we do get this little fun little picture. Animation's begun. I've been side questing a lot, but I'm finally back to it. The show ain't going anywhere. I will say this is a 30-minute episode, so I might be cooked. But I'm still going to aim to get the episode done around early May. That was me checking my calendar on my computer. So that could be just a few weeks from now, right? So we'll see. 30 minutes. Okay, I better get myself ready for that one. Looks like we're going to have to watch Bean Show 1 to 8 as well again. Or at least episode 8 again. Maybe I don't need to watch the entire thing, but I might as well watch the entire thing while I'm at it. Anywho, we also have some little things about the characters and stuff in the moment. Anyway, it's good to know the Bean Show 9 is being animated right now, and that's also why it's maybe been a bit on the quiet side because of the rewrite. But like you, Sacri, I'm glad everything's still ticking along. And yeah, best of luck with the animating. And you know I'll be out there with episode 9 as soon as it's here. Okay, let's hop over to another new episode of something that came out. It's another 20-secondly object show episode from TDOliver. Yes, it's episode 8 of season 4. The Great 20-Secondly Object Show Bake Off. So, you know the deal with these. Clues in the name, they're 20 seconds long. I will still give you a spoiler warning. I will spoiler warning for 20 seconds of content. Go watch it. It's 20 seconds long. Go check it out. It's it's so fun and so chaotic, and you get through all of them so fast. But yeah, obviously I'm going to talk about who gets eliminated. Let's talk about who gets laminated. I speak so good. I'm going to start leaving all these flipping bloopers in the videos. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about who gets eliminated. But obviously there's no other spoilers because after this elimination, it's the final 2. And obviously we get to vote on who the final 2 are. And I've given away the end of the video now. Let's do this. You can skip to the next chapter if you don't want to be spoiled for this episode, if you haven't gotten around to it yet, or you want to watch all of 20-secondly yourself. But let's do this. 20 more seconds of 20-secondly object show. Let's go. Who's out?
20-secondly object show. Cassidy, you are out. We're having a mini challenge, and the challenge is to make a sandwich.
Ah, Closety. So close to the final 2, but not quite close enough. Also, what the heck was going on in the background there? Some mysterious blue fiend is terrorizing everyone. More importantly, we're making sandwiches today. And after being practically assaulted with said sandwiches, which was the best witch clock?
Red Button, 9 out of 10. Pepper Chip, that's a 7.
Oh, so when Red Button gives the same sandwich as me, he gets aura. But when I win a 20v1, I get negative 10,000 aura? Wow.
Whoever gets the most votes wins 20-secondly object.
Yeah, that does seem unfair. When you roll the tape back and do a blow-by-blow breakdown of the sandwich making, we can clearly see that Red Button copied Pepper Chip sandwich, ingredient for ingredient. Unbelievable. Pepper Chip for the win, it's only fair. It's the only sensible choice. Also, seems like we might have to deal with our blue friend in the finale too, before we can announce a winner. Yee. Who are you? Ah, yes, anyway, another fun little 20 seconds of mayhem. And I'm really excited to see who wins and what chaos we see in the final 20 seconds of Season 4 of 20-secondly Object Show. And a big shout out to Eros, the animator who did the animation for this episode, was the guest animator. Because that was the other fun thing about this season. Will continue to be for at least one more episode of this season. There's been guest animators every time, so I've always tried to make sure to give them a shout out somewhere too. So, good stuff. It was fun. It was well animated. And finally, we did get another objective update from Grapey that says, okay, everyone, animation is officially starting. Once a week, I will give you guys updates unless something big happens. Then it'll be more. Hey, that's kind of like how I do things. The biggest special guest that isn't an OSC YouTuber said they will do it and confirmed. Yay! That was the outstanding guest that Grapey was waiting for. That's cool. Once they do their lines, I will announce them. The trailer will also come out late May. So yeah, Grapey knows the deal. Grapey's going to do weekly updates. And how often do I do Object Show Roundup usually? Once a week. Yep. Grapey's figured out the formula. Smirt. Anyway, as always, appreciate the update. Depending on what the updates are, this is the thing. I don't pull every single post that everybody puts up, okay? I usually try and make sure it's something that's really a big update on kind of things. So we will see if Grapey's weekly updates actually do all make them here. We play a little game. Is it Grapey Week or not Grapey Week? I'm kidding. I will mention things when they need mentioning. That's kind of how I do things. But I appreciate this update. Alright, and that will do it for another episode of Object Show Roundup. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here and watching, whether you watched 5 seconds of the video, whether you watched just a couple of sections you were interested in checking out, or if you watched the whole thing. Thank you very much. I do appreciate any amount of time anybody spends here. It means so much to me. Please do make the YouTube machine happy. Click the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, share the video, leave a comment if you want to chat about stuff. Yeah, keep watching object shows, keep discovering new object shows, keep making object shows as well if that's what you do. And Mikey will be there at some point, eventually, maybe. I do watch a lot of stuff, but I keep trying to add more stuff whenever I can. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned this coming week as well. Like I say, I want to try and get the new Object Show interview video up as soon as I can after it's been done. I'm also going to start looking into what show I'm going to include in the next Object Show Spotlight, because I do want to start kind of working on the next one of those, but I need to watch another show first that fits the bill. But I am thinking about it. Don't you worry, I'm not going to hang that series up on the shelf. I'm going to try and make sure I kind of consistently do them. Like I say, I can't aim for every month on those. It's just going to be whenever I can. But I do want to make sure I get another one up and running at some point. And that's pretty much it. I know I should have said that before I said the thank yous and stuff. That's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at being organized, clearly. But I've said everything I need to say. And I'm going to go now. And I will see you in the next episode of Object Show Roundup. Or, if I get it done quick enough, I will see you in the next Object Show interview video. Oh yeah, that's that. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Love and appreciate y'all. Toodaloo.